Hello, hello, friends. Aradel, Agetoki, Juan, thank you guys for being here. You know, of course, we do need a few people to vote, so I think what I might do is I'll probably start playing just to get the stream going, and then we'll read the stories, I think. That seems logical, at least until we have, like, you know, at least a dozen people so we can vote on stuff. That would be nice. Or if we do get enough people early on, then I'll just start by reading the stories. But we just opened up the stream, so we'll wait a few more minutes before we get started doing anything. By the way, as it turns out, that you guys know, I didn't know this. This is brand new to me. Alright, this is news. YouTube has a 12-hour limit on live VODs. So if you wanted to do a 24-hour stream, well, you got to break it up basically into 2 streams. I mean, it's not a big deal. If I knew this, I'm mentioning this, by the way, because our stream yesterday got cut off, which is a little bit of a bummer, but not too big a deal. I can play the game again. We can go back to Ninja Gaiden for another couple hours just to finish it again. But if I wanted to do a 24-hour stream in the future, I'd basically just have to, you know, take a break at 12 hours, stop the stream, restart it, and then keep going from there. Because otherwise, yeah, you'd be missing out, like, on, well, half the VOD. But, not too big a deal. Now I know. Anyway, holy hell, I was so tired after last night. We finished at 5 a.m. That was crazy. 5 a.m. streaming. I don't know when I'll do that again, but wow. It was totally worth it, though. The game was awesome. Just funny that we're gonna be revisiting Ninja Gaiden 2 Black so soon. I think, honestly, maybe I'll do it tonight. Maybe we'll just, like, play a little Stellar Blade just to play the game, and then I'll stop the stream, start it over, just because it's bothering me that I have, like, an incomplete VOD. You know, it was meant to be a one-shot, but now it's gonna be across 2 streams. I'm just gonna. It was like in the middle of chapter 14 that the stream got cut off by YouTube, so I'll just restart from there. So we'll do 14, 15, 16, 17. The last 4 chapters. It's not too much. Basically just... What sucks is that there was a really, really, really long gauntlet. I think it was in chapter 15. Maybe it was 14, but, like, dude, where you're climbing stairs for, like, 10 minutes. And it's just non-stop enemies. It was so much. It was so much. And then that's not even the end of the game. Then there's more after that. But yeah, I gotta play it again while it's still fresh. Hope you guys are having a good week. Well, you made it to Friday, so can't be so bad. Is it a longer stair climb than an FF7 remake? Yes, it is actually. It is longer than that. And that was a long stair climb too. However, it's different because, you know, in Ninja Gaiden 2, there's, like, it's a long stairway, but then there's just tons of enemies. I mean, like, non-stop for 10 minutes. And it's crazy because they're just dropping out of the sky. And in Remake, you're climbing stairs. It takes a long time, but some of that is artificial because they slow you down on purpose, you know? Because, like, Cloud, he's got to take a break and stuff, but there's at least dialogue to get you through. This is just, like, non-stop. We're gonna do it again, so it'll be fun again. Hello, Life is Overrated. Yeah, we're gonna be reading our stories today. There's only 4 of them. It's not gonna take very long. It's gonna take, like, all of an hour at the most to do the whole giveaway process. So we're gonna choose the winners. I'm gonna get everybody sorted immediately. So yeah, I'll just need you guys to let me know, you know, if you want a PSN card or a Steam gift card, whichever, and we'll do that. But thank you guys for being here. Happy Friday again. Happy Friday. I'm so glad that I know this now. To be honest, I never even thought to think, like, could YouTube have a limit on VODs? But yeah, they have a 12-hour limit. Anyway, I got all the stories lined up, ready to go. I'm ready to read them. Oh, by the way, I haven't read them yet. I thought I was going to, but holy hell, it's been a busy week. But it's kind of better this way. I think it's better this way that we're all gonna be going in blind together. However, I will not influence. I don't want to influence anybody's decision when we vote. You know, your vote will dictate, literally, will dictate who wins this controller. So there will be 2 runner-ups. Like, the runner-ups will get gift cards, but yeah, I'm gonna do my best to remain completely neutral when we're reading the stories. By the way, we're listening to this is the Matrix 11 music that plays in the area like right before Stalker. So, just good background music. I'm gonna let it play the entire time we're reading just to have something. I felt like it would be really weird if it's just quiet. Did I finish Ninja Gaiden? Yes, Juan. So I was just talking about actually YouTube cuts off VODs after 12 hours. So we did finish it at 14 hours, just about 5 a.m. And we're gonna redo the end of the game because yeah, the VOD got cut off. Yep, there are 12-hour limits on VODs. Yeah, I just went on a whole rant about that. Hello, Lucifer. Bonsoir to you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being here. We've been live for 10 minutes. I think let's get started. Let's run the montage and get started. Alrighty, thank you. I forgot my light again. I think I've forgotten 3 streams in a row. By the way, I just rolled out of bed. If you weren't here yesterday, we had a 14-hour stream. 14 hours. 14 hours. We played through all of Ninja Gaiden 2 Black. It was super, super fun. Recommended. But yeah, as it turns out, I learned this yesterday, or more like I learned it earlier just now, that YouTube has a 12-hour limit on live VODs. So I'm actually planning to go back and finish the game again. We're gonna just replay the last, like, 3 chapters that got cut off. Because I would like to, you know, while it's still fresh, I want to go back and finish it. By the way, we're listening to some Stalker music. Because today is... basically, tomorrow will be, but today's basically the 1-year anniversary of the demo leaking for Stellar Blade. It leaked on PSN. If you weren't there, pretty much on the 8th of March, the demo was live and available to download for like 2 hours, I think. Maybe it was like an hour and a half. I don't remember. By chance, I downloaded it, and that's when I got like super sold on the game, and I was like, "Oh, this is awesome." When I heard the music and played the demo, it was incredible, and that's what started my YouTube channel, literally. So next week will actually be our 1-year anniversary of streaming, I'm planning to do something cool. I don't know what yet, but I'm gonna do some cool Stellar Blade. I think we'll do our challenge run of the dodging only. Parries are banned. We'll probably do that challenge run next, next week for the 1 year anniversary. I would say it should be fun. And yeah, we're almost at 3,000 subs too, which is crazy. So we started at 0. So I'm very grateful, and I'm so glad that you guys could hang out for the past year that I've been streaming. It's been very fun. We've streamed like over 160 times now, close to 1,000 hours, just consistently here every week, 3 days a week, sometimes 4 days a week. We've been doing Sundays a lot recently. But anyway, today is not about my 1 year anniversary. That's next week. Today's about the 1 year anniversary of the demo, and it's also about our giveaway contest. So a month ago, in case you aren't in the Discord, I recommend joining the Discord just because we do community stuff like this sometimes. And the giveaways are for the community. It's not to grow the channel. That's not the goal with the giveaways. It's just to give back, because if you're not giving back more than you're consuming, I think you're just living incorrectly. You always want to give back, right? Just to make the world better. And so I wanted to reward the community for being there for me, and so now we're trying to be there for the community. So we're giving away a controller as well as 2 gift cards, either PSN or Steam. I'll ask the winners whatever they want. And so the contest was just a story. You just had to write a simple short story, 750 to 1,500 words. That was basically it. In fact, I should go over the rubric, because I did have like instructions. So let me read them real quick. Actually, let me pull them up on my phone. That'll be easier. I don't have to open Discord over here. All right, let's go over the giveaway. By the way, this is again all in the Discord. It was live for a month, so let's talk about what the actual rules were. Okie doke. So I wrote, hello friends, welcome to another giveaway. Free to enter. We're writing a short story. So I thought it'd be fun to give you guys a creative outlet to flesh out the characters a bit and explore more of the world after the credits roll. So the whole premise is that this is after the good ending. And so I guess I should probably mention that there could be spoilers. I haven't read the stories yet. I'm going in blind with you guys. So we're going to be reading the stories blind, but they do take place after the good ending. So keep that in mind. So the prizes are, of course, I just mentioned the Chroma Teal DualSense. If you haven't seen the Chroma Teal DualSense, let me show it to you. It's, it's there in the Discord, but the DualSense is this one. So it is this green. It is an Eve green. I should probably just show here. We can show like the actual her default green costume, which is this one. So yeah, as you can see, right? It's the same green. It's exactly the same green. So that's why I got inspired to do a giveaway. And then second and third place, they get $20 gift cards. Okay, here's the prompt. Your story takes place after the events of the Making of New Memories ending, which is the good ending. The citizens of Zion rejoice as Eve sets the last hypercell to restore power to their beloved city. Immediately, everyone bands together to begin repairing the damage caused by unidentified Natiba's attack. Then choose one of the following pairings. The pairings were Kaya and Roxanne, Anya and Sue, Lily and Digger. And then in 700 to 1,500 words, write a short story in the third-person limited perspective. If you don't know what that means, third person is third person. Limited just means that you don't know everything. So you're narrating from the third-person perspective without full knowledge, compared to like third-person omniscient. So there's that. And then you're writing about your duo tackling 2 to 3 unique problems in their efforts to mend the city. So it's basically just, whatever you want, pretty much. It's pretty broad. And then I just put focus on interpersonal relationships, personality dynamics, and feel free to explore the lower levels of Zion along with other regions. So you could go out anywhere, you don't have to be just in Zion, but there's a lot to Zion, Zion's like a ton of levels. It's a really tall city. So I felt like there's more to explore there. And then also, for anyone wondering, Eve, she has to remain in her fused state. So that's, without spoiling anything extra, she just has to stay in her fused state. Which is, at the end of the game, in the good ending, you're in like a special, like an unusual state. But yeah, that's the story. That's the rubric. And so we only have 4 stories. 3 prizes, 4 stories. So only one person will not get something. And maybe we'll give them something anyway. I don't know. Just because, yeah, I do appreciate you guys for spending the time to read, to write stories. So that's pretty cool. And it just shows you how easy it is to win free stuff. I mean, like, if you just submitted a story, like, you're in there. Like, you have a very high percentage of winning something. But yeah, it's all for the community, and I'm glad that, everyone who wrote a story is a regular. So at least, all regulars will be winning something. That's cool. But yeah, that's it. And I think let's go ahead and get started by reading them. So how this is going to work is because we have only 4 stories, I can do YouTube polls for 4 options, which makes it pretty easy. I'm basically we're gonna name the stories just by number. We're gonna number them. So without revealing who wrote them, we're just gonna number them. So in order. In fact, I should probably just put like a little number on screen. I think that's what I'll do. Let's go for a, I should have done this earlier, so my apologies. Let's go for text. And I'm gonna call this one number. And then we'll just do number 1. Okay, perfect. That's honestly fine. I'll give it some kind of outline. There we go. And I'll make the outline color black. Okay, and I'll make the outline size a little bit larger, like, I don't know, let's do like 6. Probably okay. And let's go to a brighter section to see how that looks. Yeah, it has an outline. That's good enough. This will just take 1 second. I'm going to make the outline a little bit larger. Go like 10. Okay, that's good. That's pretty legible. I can put that right over the story and it should be easy to read. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay. And then copy that. And then I'll paste it once we get to reading the stories. Okay. Right. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Again, everybody. 14 hours is some boss shit. Yeah, it was hardcore. Very fun. We played 19 hours straight, finishing Bayonetta 3 on release day. Damn, that's insane. I was done at 14 hours. I was donezo. I mean, like, holy hell, I was tired. Don't drink energy drinks or caffeine. Hell yeah, same. Can't wait to see what these people cooked up. Yeah, life is overrated. We're gonna read them now for the first time. Hello, Edgar. Thank you for tuning in. Hello, Haldur. First of all, second of all, I'm not sure if I violated the third-person rule where the narrator has limited knowledge. Well, it's okay, because there's only 4 stories, so we're being extra lenient. I put those things in just to, you know, just to give some kind of structure. Because, you know, I felt like if it was too broad, it might be even harder for someone to sit down and, you know, write a short story. Maybe next time you submit something. Well, we're probably never going to do short stories again. Just because, you know, I guess it's too much work. I don't know. I mean, I feel like the prizes were really good. We're doing over $100 in prizes, but we got 4 stories. Either way, not a big deal. Again, like I mentioned earlier, it's not about growing the community. It's not about growing the channel or anything. It's just to give back to community members. So I think let's start, shall we? Could you tell me what the other giveaways were? Yeah, so our first giveaway was a Japanese copy of the game, which was just a basic raffle. Like, not a raffle. It was just like, literally, it was just write a comment. The only instructions were to just write like 2 sentences about your favorite character in the game, and that was it. And you know, in the Discord, everything's tied to the Discord. Every single giveaway we've done is just in the Discord. And that was a pretty basic one, but you know, that one was like way too easy to submit because like you could just write. Some people didn't even write really anything. They just wrote like some basic stuff, but like oh, I like this character because it was like 10 words. But you know, it doesn't matter. The whole point was just to, at that stage, it was really to just kind of get people in the Discord. But the problem with giveaways like that is that, you know, like the person who won isn't a community member. They've never at once participated in our community ever. So it's just basically a random person, which doesn't matter. I mean, that was the way it was designed, just to get people involved in the community. But unfortunately, it doesn't actually build the community how I wanted. We got like just a bunch of randoms in the Discord, which in a way is almost kind of less useful than having people who join organically. However, I didn't advertise that one either. Like, I just, you know, make community posts. I didn't make a video about it or anything. I mentioned it in an unboxing video, but there wasn't like a just giveaway video. So I didn't like advertise it too hard, where, you know, we would have gotten like a lot of randoms. But yeah, I think that moving forward after that, I was like, okay, I want to do giveaways where it's more like involved, where like you're actually a community member. And so the next giveaway was for a bunch of copies of the DLC for Nier Automata. So we gave away 6 copies. I was gonna give away up to 12, but we only got 6 entries. So the next giveaway was you had to speedrun the beginning of the game, just 807. And so I did like a tutorial. We did like a stream just showing how to run through it, blah blah blah. And if anyone submitted anything, they won something. because there were only 6 people, and I was ready to do 12 DLC codes. And so everyone got, you know, copies of the Nier Automata DLC. And then this is the third giveaway, which is the short stories with the most prizes we've ever done. So it's cool. So it's basically been Japanese copy, a bunch of DLC codes, and now the green controller and gift cards just to have something extra. Because I felt like, you know, I didn't want to have just one winner. Since it's kind of more involved, you have to write something. You know, you got to sit down for like an hour, maybe 2 hours to write a short story. You know, 750 to 1500 words is it could be a lot to ask of someone, even considering, you know, the prizes. But yeah, those are our previous giveaways. But anyway, I'm very happy with how they've all gone, and as long as I can reward community members, I'll feel like it's totally worth it. You rent other people's PS5s to play Stellar Blade. Good luck to participants. Thank you. You don't want me writing a story? Okay, so I think let's get started. Let's get started. We are at 24 minutes, so after we talked about all that, it's time to actually read the stories. And we're going to be starting with story number 1. Story number 1. Again, in case you just got here, we're going to be voting on the stories. After we read all of them, I'm going to have them numbered. You're not going to know who wrote them. And only the numbers are going to be how we differentiate between them. Okay, so story number 1. Okay, so let's get a... let's get the number in there. Okay, so there's number 1. So again, in the top left, you're going to have the number of the story, and that's how you're going to know which story we're reading. Okay. The Lover's Theseus. I have not read these, by the way. An enamored Sue watches Anya sing as their crowded and ecstatic pub, The Last Gulp, is bustling with hopeful residents of the now recovering Zion. Sue has begun a record of Anya and his home's healing process, a diary of sorts, but also a record. Day 2 of reconstruction. It's been just over a day since Eve saved us, and I don't just mean Zion. She also saved Anya. I don't know how I can truly repay her for helping us in the town. Free drinks, I guess, but that's the least I can do. And of course, I'll help rebuild as much as I can. Tonight the pub is wonderful, cheerful, happy. If I was told all of this would be brought to us by an angel, I would have laughed. Anya finishes her set as the crowd claps and cheers. She walks over to take a seat with Sue. The crowd settles somewhat. Anya. Hey, Sue. Sue. That was amazing, Anya. Haha. Anya. Thank you, Sue. She seems to have something weighing on her. Sue. Everything okay? Anya. Yes, of course. I just feel like I'm missing something important. And I don't mean my memories, Sue. Sue. So, what do you mean? Anya. Never mind. Let's just enjoy tonight. Sue. You can talk to me, Anya. You know that. Anya. I said never mind, Sue. Her words are slightly cold all of a sudden, unlike her. Sue. Oh, okay. 3 days pass. As construction and rebuilding continues, Sue is helping lead the charge on multiple projects around Zion. Although his main focus remains Anya, she continues to be slightly cold to him. He finds some time to write by himself in between repairs. Day 5 of reconstruction. We've just finally finished cleaning up the main square of debris. Next, we will start scouring the side streets to pick up any useful mechanical remnants of the town, and replace other unsalvageable parts. Repairs are going excellently overall, especially with Eve there to help us, but I still am concerned about... Sue is interrupted. Anya. Sue, where is Eve? Still helping with the cleanup? Anya seems determined about something. Sue. Yup, of course. How are you doing? Before he can answer, she begins walking towards the square. Sue. Anya, what's wrong? You've seemed so distant the last couple of days. Anya. How do I know I'm still me? Sue. What do you mean, Anya? Anya. If there's nothing left of the original me, am I still me? If almost every part of me has been replaced, what am I? Sue pauses for a long moment, the silence loud. Sue. You're you. You are Anya, nothing less. She stares at Sue before leaving to find Eve without a word. He feels it's appropriate to give her some space. He hopes Eve can help her in some way. A few hours pass, and Eve arrives to help Sue near the pub, fixing up some signs and lighting. Eve's abilities helped tremendously. She jumped, then again, while still in the air, reaching spots that would take Sue hours on his own. Eve, that should do it. Sue, thank you, Eve. I really appreciate it. Can I ask you something? Eve, of course. Sue, it's not for you to worry about or anything. We have a lot on our hands at the moment, as is, but I'm worried about Anya. She seems like she's having some sort of emotional conflict about herself, and I don't know how to help. I haven't seen her since earlier, and she told me she was looking for you. Eve. I haven't seen her. I'm sure she's around here. Care to elaborate a bit more? Sue. She asked me, with all of my parts replaced from what I originally was, what am I? I don't have an answer for her. She's Anya, and she's exactly the same person I've always cared about. Eve. Well, is she? Eve's words got to him. Sue. I don't know. She's acting strange, but that's not a reason for her to be... I don't know. Thanks again, Eve, for everything. Sue begins collecting his tools and trash from working. Eve. Sue, if you feel like she needs you, then that's enough. You do the best you can, and she will in return. I know it. I've seen how much you care about one another. If Sue could, he'd cry. Sue, thank you, Angel. As Sue walks back to the last gulp, he hears the faint, familiar sound he'd grown so fond of. Anya's singing voice echoing from down in the pub. Tonight, the pub was closed for more repairs, so she was singing to herself most likely. As Sue entered, he carefully and quietly set down his things and sat before Anya as she sang in her angelic tone, unmistakable by those of Zion now. He listens intently. Feel free to start playing Beyond Fate here. I guess we should. I guess I can play Beyond Fate. That's pretty easy. We're going to, Actually, sorry, I can't do that because it's gonna disrupt the whole flow of everything. But just imagine Beyond Fate playing. You've heard it enough. She finishes singing and Sue gives a standing ovation. Sue. Yeah, Anya. Haha. Anya smiles and bows before coming to sit beside Sue. Sue, amazing as always. You feeling any better than earlier? Anya. Yeah, definitely. I just needed some time to think. I thought maybe Eve could help me, but I realized what I'm feeling can't be solved by anyone else. I need to figure out who I really am now. Sue. Anya. Anya. Sue, please. I need you to understand. The person I once was, that's not me. And I need to rediscover myself, what I want, what I enjoy. They both sit in deep thought for a moment. Sue, it seems like you still enjoy singing at least. Anya chuckles, but it's easy to see that's not quite what she wants to hear. Sue notices. Sue, look, you are partially right. I can't fix how you're feeling, but I'm here for you to lean on. Now, with the rebuilding going on, it is as great a time as any to find yourself. And to me, you're not lost. You still love singing, you're still kind, and you're still Anya. He pauses. Sue, sometimes moving forward means leaving some things behind, and I'm not one of those things, neither are you. Anya, thank you, Sue. Anya and Sue hug. Anya begins humming as Sue begins journaling. Day 5, reconstruction, continuing from earlier. I was worried about Anya, but once again our angel has come to my rescue. Today was incredibly productive. We fixed a lot around town, and Eve helped me think of a clear way to express myself to Anya. The future is bright, and even brighter still. Anya and Sue smile at each other. And that's story number 1. So let's jump into the next story. I'm going to change the number real quick. To number 2 now. Okay, number 2. We're going to vote at the end. We're voting at the very end. We're voting at the very end, so keep that in mind. Just remember I'm going to read them in an order. I got the number right there so you can remember what story we're reading. If you really like something, just remember the number. So that was story number 1. Story number 2. The Merchant and the Snake. Kaya walked what remained of the city of Zion. The streets and buildings that she knew for so long had been destroyed in the attack from the raven-winged Natiba. Her sister was always better at accepting change. If it were up to Kaya, everything would always have stayed the same. But her sister was the one who encouraged her to embrace the fact that nothing could stay constant forever, and to try and find the good in any situation. But it was hard to see any good side to buildings that people lived in or familiar shops where people made their livelihood had been crushed. Where Kaya would see the broken buildings and the black scars where fire touched stone, her sister would have seen the people coming together. She could hear her sister tell her that it could be built better than it was before, for new families to live in and make joyful memories that would live on forever. Shops could be reconstructed, and the soul of the city and the people of Zion would continue to survive. Kaya headed toward the east side of Zion. Because of the destruction, she had to take a different path than she was used to, but found her way by following the various graffiti and posters which clung to the sides of the buildings and acted as a map to navigate the twists and turns of the city. The air smelled like burnt dust. Kaya turned up the stairs to the neon sign showing where to find the art shop. She had been here long enough to remember when the graffiti on the wall said something different. She was almost pushed back as a man stormed out of the narrow alleyway. "Excuse me," Kaya said politely, even though she was not in the wrong. The man didn't even acknowledge her or her words. Whatever his business was with the information dealer, she did not give him the news that he wanted to hear. Kaya pulled out the box she had carefully packed and hesitated. She was uncertain if this was the right move to make. She had been warned not to trust Roxanne. The information dealer had a reputation for taking much more than she gave and giving you just enough to meet her end of the bargain and leaving you with more questions than you had before. But this was the silver lining that Kaya's sister had talked about finding, but it did not feel like much of a blessing. The playful jazz notes that everyone in Zion associated with Roxanne played out of the speaker attached to the request list. Kaya walked hesitantly, still wrestling with her doubts, but it was too late now. The shop owner turned the corner and saw the information dealer standing between the orange and yellow lights. At the right angle, her robotic neck did resemble the hood of a snake, and Kaya knew where she had acquired the comparison. The woman leaned confidently against the wall with her arms crossed in front of her. "Kaya," she said softly but directly. "Lovely to meet you again. It's been a while since we last did business." The information dealer's voice came out of a synthesized box in her throat. Kaya couldn't see her mouth, but got the impression that the woman was smiling. But it wasn't a warm, inviting, or even friendly smile, but one that conveyed the message that they had just heard the most salacious secret about you. Kaya met the woman's blue-gray eye stare that never seemed to blink, then looked down at the ground. "Hello, Roxanne." Hesitant to get the actual subject, Kaya just started talking. "It looks like your last customer was not very happy." Roxanne brushed some non-existent dust off the arms of her black and silver jacket. "Sometimes, that is what the truth does to you. If you go searching for a specific answer, you will build up your whole little world around that message. Then, once the truth hits you, it can shake you to the very foundation. From there, you have two choices: accept the facts and begin to rebuild yourself, or you can continue to live the lie that you know." Curious now, Kaya pushed. "So what did you tell him?" The sly smile returned to Roxanne's synthetic voice. "All information comes with a price. If you really want to know, it will cost you. Although, I don't think that's why you're here." Roxanne shifted her weight off her robotic leg. "Which brings us to the question, what brings the owner of Sister's junk all the way to my little corner of Zion?" Kaya shuffled her feet before producing the box that she had carefully packed and held it out to Roxanne. For the first time in so many years, Roxanne was surprised. At first, the woman was hesitant to take the package, a lesson that had been burned into her before. "What's this?" Roxanne asked. Kaya carefully opened the lid and revealed the contents. "It's an algorithm chipset for a guard turret. It should match the one for the model that you have. These are universal for any model made after the second generation," Kaya said, but Roxanne had instantly recognized it when she saw it. The info dealer was hesitant to grab it, but she picked it up anyway and carefully examined the chip. "This is older. You've had this for a while." Roxanne looked intently at Kaya. Her blue-gray eyes were piercing. "You told me that you didn't have any when I asked for them. I had to trade a body core to the angel to get one." Kaya looked at the ground away from her gaze. "I know, it's just that..." She hesitated. "You didn't trust me," Roxanne finished for her. Kaya did not nod in acknowledgement, but her body language was confirmation enough. "No need to hide that. It's nothing to be ashamed of. I'll even tell you a secret for free." She leaned down closer to the woman with the lavender hair. "It was smart of you not to trust me," she said with the same smile in her synthetic voice that never quite reached her eyes. "So, what changed your mind? Why give this to me now?" "It's my way of saying thank you for what you did for the city. When the Natiba attacked and started going after people..." Kaya tried to block out the memories, the fear she felt, the screams of people as they had their limbs hacked off by the raven-winged Natiba's long claws. She could still see those talons turn from gold to red. These scenes would live on in her memory forever. "It was your turret that shot at it and made it flee underground." Roxanne listened intently. Her arms were back to being crossed across against her chest. "I think it was always going to go after Orkel anyway. But without your turret, things could have been a lot worse. I didn't know what you wanted that weapon for. I thought you would use it against the people of Zion, not to help protect them. I know that reprogramming system to target Natiba eventually short-circuits the chipset. That's why they need to often be replaced. So this is my gift to you, to say thank you for all the people that you saved." Roxanne gently placed the chip back in the box and accepted the gift. "Thank you, Kaya," she said with sincerity. "It has been a long time since anyone has given me anything. I couldn't just stand by and watch a Natiba ravage the city. Where would I get future customers?" Kaya smiled at the thought at what Kaya smiled at what she thought was a joke. I need to head back, Kaya said. Sue needs some help in fixing the last drop, and the digger had some ideas to upgrade it. So now they just need the parts. She then turned and quietly left the alley and made a hesitant look back to see the info dealer watch her leave without blinking. Roxanne quietly watched the lavender-haired girl make her exit as she reflected on the many surprises of the past few weeks. It had been a long time since anyone had given her any type of gift, but this most recent turn of events had been the least interesting. Roxanne had been there when Eve had descended into Oracle's chamber. She had confirmed that what she had suspected was the old man's secret, and now that Shael and Quiel were no longer guarding Abyss and Altesse Lavoir, she would continue to delve into those areas and uncover their secrets as well. Now all she needed was to find the right customer to sell all what she had found. And that's story number 2. So again, we're going to be going in order onto the third story. And at the end, we will vote for them. We got 2 left. Only 2 more. Story number 3. I should timestamp this, by the way. This is number 3. I'll put number 2 in there somewhere. Okay. This is story number 3. What does it mean? Sorry, hold on. I need some water real quick. I haven't read these, by the way. These are blind readings. And I'm going to remain neutral the entire time. So that, you just choose the one you like, and then we'll vote for that, and then the winner will get, the controller, but we'll still have 2 other winners. What does it mean to be human? To have emotions and feelings? That was a question Digger asked itself a lot recently. Since completing its move to Zion, it was able to observe a lot of humans going about their day-to-day life. It had been very enlightening, and Digger enjoyed being able to experience it. It was also thankful to Adam and Eve for suggesting Zion as a place to go. But this endeavor to find an answer to its question had been threatened by a Natiba that had wreaked havoc on Zion, destroying a lot of buildings and killing dozens of citizens. In that moment, Digger had felt something new, a foreign emotion, and after consulting the enormous database it had collected on its travels, it came to the conclusion that it was rage. Rage at the Natiba for threatening its quest for an answer. Rage at the lives that had been lost. The Natiba had left the city in a state of disrepair that would make it very difficult for the few people that remained to fully rebuild it. Yet Digger had observed something interesting, and, if it was honest with itself, very inspiring. The people of Zion, even before the Awakening, as it was called now, were ready to get to work on rebuilding the city, no matter the difficulty. But after Eve had returned from her quest, seemingly forever changed, things started to look up for Zion. She had brought with her the last hypercell needed to fully awaken the slumbering citizens, hence the name Awakening. "Are you ready to go, Digger?" someone behind it asked, pulling the little robot out of its musings. With 3 little hops, Digger turned around and looked at the person that stood behind it. Lily Artemis II was someone Digger had very few interactions with until now. But from the few times Digger met her, it found her to be a very unique person. Her fascination with technology resonated with it, and Digger wondered if its fantabulous plan to connect to the network would have gone smoother if she had been there at the time. "Yes, I am Lily Artemis," it answered with a nod, carefully counterbalancing the weight on its back. Oh, sorry, I read that wrong. She asked, "Are you ready to go?" "Yes, I am, Lily Artemis," it answered with a nod, carefully counterbalancing the weight on its back. It consisted mainly of tools for search and rescue operations, with some other equipment mixed in. You don't have to call me Lily Artemis. You can just call me Lily." Digger nodded again. "As you wish." Lily smiled lightly, then said, "Let's go." With that, they started walking towards their first destination, the Exile's Passage. It was a short distance away from Digger's workshop, so they reached it within 2 minutes, only having to avoid a pile of debris, which looked like it belonged to a balcony once. On the way, they saw a lot of people working on similar tasks like them. After the Awakening, they held a big assembly where even the Sentinels assigned tasks to the citizens, ranging from debris removal to guarding the entrance to the city. Lily and Digger had been assigned the task to help clear the space in front of the Exile's Passage. When they arrived, they saw around 10 people already working on the massive pile of debris that blocked the entrance. Lily took a deep breath and lightly slapped her face with both hands, seemingly a little nervous. "Alright, let's get to work. Digger, can you keep an eye on the structural integrity of this pile so that we don't accidentally get buried by removing the wrong piece?" "That is why I am here." I already loaded up all the necessary programs, the robot responded, wondering how she could have forgotten that already. Good, good. Recognizing that something wasn't right with her, Digger asked, "Is everything alright? You seem distracted." Lily hesitated, unsure of how to respond. "It's just that," she eventually started, "seeing Zion like this, all this destruction, could it have been avoided, at least partially, if Eve and I were here faster? Why did it have to take so long to get to the top of the orbit elevator? If only..." Digger recognized the emotion that Eve's companion experienced right now. It was guilt, mixed with a heavy amount of self-doubt. The robot didn't know why it affected her so much, but it still tried its best to answer her. "On my travels, I once heard that worrying over what-ifs is one of the fastest ways to go crazy, and..." Digger abruptly stopped talking, causing Lily to look at it confused. "What's wrong?" she asked. "I don't know. My sensors just picked up a faint sound coming from behind the rocks. My first analysis indicates that it's a voice, but it is very faint, so I can't say for sure. Further analysis is required." "A voice? Could someone be trapped on the other side?" Lily's exclamation got the attention of the other workers, and one of them walked over. Digger had a record of him in his database under the name Derek. "What's wrong, Angel?" he asked. "We might have someone who is trapped behind the debris." The man's eyes widened. "Are you sure?" Before Lily could answer, Digger's voice interrupted her. "Analysis complete. With a probability of 99.99%, the detected sound is a human voice. I was able to filter out 2 words, help and leg." Derek let out a curse. "Damn it. It will take a long time before someone is able to climb over this debris, and even then I doubt you'd be able to take any equipment with you to provide first aid. We might not be able to get to the person in time." The thought of losing another person when there was a chance to help them ate away at Lily. "No, I won't let that happen," she thought resolutely and closed her eyes, sending out a message over the airborne squad channel. "Eve, I need your help. Come to the Exile's Passage as soon as possible." A few seconds later, she got an answer. "I'm on my way." Lily let out a sigh of relief, even though she honestly didn't know if Eve would be able to help. After waiting for a while, she spotted Eve in the distance, flying above the buildings and coming closer to an impressive speed. When she was above them, her white wing disappeared in motes of light, and after a short fall, she landed gracefully on the ground in front of her. Derek and the others stared at her in awe. Without wasting time, Eve asked, "What's wrong? Your message sounded urgent." Lily gestured to the big pile of debris. "Someone is on the other side, probably with a leg trapped under a rock and unable to escape. We don't know if we can reach them in time. Can you help us?" Eve looked at the mess in front of her. "I can try something, but I can't guarantee that it will work. Everyone, please step back." She stretched out her arm, the wing appearing on her back again. Her finger hovered over one of the rocks in the pile. Her face showed pure concentration as she started glowing in a white light. Lily's eye grew comically large as the rocks blocking the entrance suddenly vanished in front of her, reduced to nothing but particles of light, floating away and disappearing. "Phew, that was harder than expected," Eve said. Judging by the expression on its face, even Digger was surprised at what Eve just did. Lily wanted nothing more than to ask why she didn't use that power in her fight against the exosuit in the nest of the Elder, but then she decided that it could wait. Someone else needed her attention now. "Thank you, Eve," she shouted. Already on her way through the now open passage, looking around for any sign of a person in need, Eve and Digger watched her go, the latter of them seemingly in deep contemplation. The little robot once again reflected on the question about life and what it meant to be human. It knew that it would still take a long time before the answer would reveal itself, if it ever did, but Digger hoped that by staying close to interesting individuals like Eve and Lily, it would speed up the process, but only time would tell. And that's the third story. That's the third story. We're on to the 4th and final story, and after that we'll do our poll. Okay, next. Okay, this is the 4th and final one. Let me adjust the number again. Okay. Story number 4. Chapter 1. 2 months after the attack on Zion by Raven, the city has finally gained some normality. Although half of Zion is still being repaired, Eve and I worked tirelessly to resolve the needs of the people here. Everyone was taken aback by Eve's new look. Her voice is a little deeper and colder than when she was just Eve. Nevertheless, the people of Zion welcomed us back with open arms. After I placed the last hypercell into the presence chamber, the remaining citizens rose. Of course, this was great news, but it also has its problems. First, we are running low on supplies and nourishment. We need to build more accommodations and establish a solid defensive system. It has been only a couple of months, but who's to say Mother Sphere won't attack us? Lastly, I must return to the secret garden in Eidos. Even if she will never awaken again, I won't leave her there alone. All of this is so hard to process. I'm going to talk with the others and see what can be done now. Lily, 20XX. Chapter 2. Lily heads towards the nest. Unlike last time, the gate is unbolted. She steps inside to meet up with Eve. Lily steps towards a meditating Eve, who greets her with her eyes shut. Is that you, Lily? Yes, sorry for barging in while you were busy. Eve briskly shakes her head. I was just about done. After opening her eyes, the faint yellow glow radiated from Eve. I'm guessing you were talking with Adam? I was. I still don't have control over this power yet. I was seeking guidance from the Elder himself. So, what did he say? Is he constantly in your ear? Good. I've had enough to hear with this nagging, so you can deal with him, Lily says, while crossing her arms with a devilish smirk on her face. Eve laughs to herself. Lily, did you need something from me? Oh yeah, I almost deviated from why I came here in the first place. I was wondering if you could help me out with something. We need to search for food. We are steadily running short on supplies, so any help would be appreciated. Eve frowns her face while lost in thought. How about Clyde in the Oasis? He may know of a way to catch fish in bulk. It's efficient, and we could get Barry to portion the meat so that everyone gets their fair share. That's a great idea. I'll get on the bike and talk to Clyde. Eve wears a worried face, but ultimately respects Lily's resolve. Okay, just be careful. Lily heads down the elevator to the Great Desert. Lily modified the bike to fit her since Adam isn't here to use it anymore, so she figured it wouldn't be a problem. As she blitzes past the supply camp, she sees Clyde in his usual spot. Huh, another angel. Clyde greets Lily as she parks the bike. What brings you to these parts? We were wondering if you knew a way to catch an abundance of fish at once. Lily explained. Ah, you mean trawling. As it just so happens, I did stumble upon a giant fishing net a while back. Ah, that's perfect. You wouldn't mind if I borrowed it, would you? Clyde tilts his head in confusion. Angel, why are you asking that? If you need it, you are more than welcome to use it. Besides, I'd rather catch fish here one at a time. Thank you, Clyde. Lily waves goodbye to the lone fisherman and heads back to Zion to talk with Digger. In the small corner where the entrance to Zion is, Lily approaches Digger. Digger, how's it going? Ah, Lily, it's wonderful of you to visit me. Lily looks around Digger's station. She sees his companions working on something. Did I drop by at a bad time? Not at all. We are just going through our findings for today. What was it you wanted to discuss? Great, I received a fishing net from Clyde. But I don't know how to use it, or know where to catch an abundance of fish at once. I was wondering if you knew anything. Digger's screen displays an exclamation point. I would be honored to help. Are you aware of the abandoned platform in the wastelands? It's home to an array of different aquatic life. Ah, I think I saw it in passing. Should we head out? Digger's display shows a hand and a smiley face. Let us set out post-haste. Lily and Digger head out to the wastelands and get ready to set up for a trawling. Digger runs algorithms to both preserve what little aquatic life is left in the wastelands, but to also minimize damage to the environments. Lily starts tinkering with the net she receives from Clyde, reinforcing it with stronger material to catch greater fish. After what felt like hours, they manage to catch a myriad of fish. Finally, we are done. My back is killing me. I don't understand how Eve or Clyde could possibly like fishing. Maybe the journey of patience and achieving a goal is why they adore it so much. Well, my patience wears thin. Let's take this back to Zion. Lily and Digger drag the net back to Zion. After a moment's rest, Lily thanks Digger for his hard work today and brings the fish to Barry. She promised him if he could fillet the fish and portion them, she would give Barry some vintage wine she stumbled upon in a bunker. Needless to say, Barry immediately got to work. Chapter 3. Lily takes a look at the message board near Roxanne. Before she could post the request, Roxanne gestures to her. Hey cutie, what brings you to this side of town? Lily laughed nervously as she didn't know how to deal with Roxanne's advances. I'm here to request parts to build a defense system for Zion. We can't afford to be caught off guard again like last time. Roxanne's pitch black eyes squint and her eyebrows furrowed. Not that I don't mind you visiting every now and then, but wouldn't going to Kaya's shop even be a more effective way to secure supplies? As Lily was about to answer, a scavenger looks back, takes a look at the message board. I'll get the supplies. What exactly are you looking for? Lily is taken aback. The scavenger explained that he wants to repay Eve for delivering the fusion cell to him and reuniting his deceased lover. At first, he didn't care for the angels and was actually one of the few scavengers who would take the course from angels to sell on the market. Over time, he soon realized that they are no different than him. I passed the small robot earlier. He spoke highly of you and the other angel. What you both have done so far for the city is nothing short of a miracle. I will talk with the others and head out. Tears start to fall from Lily's eyes. When they first arrived, the people of Zion stared daggers into the backs of her and Eve. She wiped away her tears and excitedly explained her plans on making a turret system for Zion. Chapter 4, Iberis Amara. 6 months after the attack on Zion. Digger and I meet inside the nest. Digger has given us information on how memory sticks can be used to preserve a person's mind. During his fantabulous plan, he was able to store and download numerous documents that Mother Sphere has locked access to. Most of it was destroyed or incomprehensible, but we managed to recover 2 things: the process of creating angels and the Dyson sphere surrounding Earth. She's been siphoning energy from Earth for another purpose. How could she do this? The people here trusted her, and Mother Sphere gave up on them. The angels that served under her, a second thought to her. How awful. Eve explained to me how the Netiba are born. It's a very similar process to how we were made. Eve, with her newfound powers, is able to create a body. Unlike when they were separated, this body is both Andro Eidos and Netiba. We don't know what will happen once we begin preparing the transplant of Iberis' memory stick into this new body, but it's worth a try. Eve, who establishes a connection to the atom, states that there's a new probability that this fusion could fail. If it does, the memory stick would be corrupted and this new body would perish. I'm willing to place my faith in them and in you, Iberis. When you wake once again, you may not know who I am or what you're doing here. Everything may seem foreign to you, and that's okay. I promise you, I won't watch you die a second time. I'll protect you. Lily 20XX. And that is the 4th and final story. Okay, so that's all the stories. Now, I guess I'm not really gonna go back and I'm not gonna go back from all the stories. So if you weren't here for the first story, well, you know, you can still vote on the last stories. But that is the final one. I'm now going to go back to this right here. Get rid of this number, we don't need that anymore. And let's do a poll. Let's do a poll. So again, you know, they were numbered. If you weren't here for stories 1 or 2, I apologize, but we did just read all of them. I'm gonna go ahead and start the poll. I'll let it run for a while too. Which story was your favorite? Okay. We have 4 options. Number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. And to recap the prompt was basically, I'm glad we got one of each pairing. That was pretty cool. The prompt was you had to choose a pairing. The pairings were Kaya Roxanne, Anya Sue, Lily Digger. So we got 2 Lily Diggers, we got 1 Anya Sue, 1 Kaya Roxanne. Pretty cool that everyone was, you know, someone touched on every pairing. And again, the prompt was, your story takes place after the events of the Making of New Memories ending, so after the good ending. The citizens of Zion rejoice as Eve sets the last hypercell to restore power to their beloved city. Immediately, everyone bands together to begin repairing the damage caused by unidentified Netiba's attack. And then choose a pairing. In 750 to 1500 words, write a short story in the third-person limited perspective about your duo tackling 2 to 3 unique problems in their efforts to mend the city. And then focus on interpersonal relationships, personality dynamics, and feel free to explore the lower levels of Zion along with other regions. And that was it. Eve has to stay in her fused state. So, choose your favorite story that you felt like, you know, stuck to the prompt the best. And, yeah. So we're gonna let that run for a while. In fact, here's what I'll do. It didn't take that long. It took 30 minutes, or like it took 40 minutes to read all the stories. I'm going to let this poll run for, how about just like we let it run for half an hour? That way, if someone wants to go back, like, because maybe you tuned in for story number 3, and then you heard story number 3 and 4. If you want to go back and listen to them real quick, or even here's another thing. If you don't want to listen to me narrate them, you can also just go back, and because I mean, I made the text pretty huge. You can go back and just pause and read them pretty quickly. You could do that, you know, real fast if you want. If you want to do like a fair vote. So I'm going to let the poll run for a while. And we're just gonna play some Stellar Blade in the meantime. Although, you know, I just had the idea of, I kind of feel like doing this. I kind of feel like going for, going through the demo. Oh, by the way, if you participated, if you want to vote on your own story, there's no rules against that. You know, you just have your own moral compass. If it were me, I wouldn't vote at all if I participated. But definitely, you know, it's up to you. Now, I'm going to get rid of this. I don't need this screen anymore. We finish the stories. And I'm going to go ahead and go over to my game. Thank you guys again. That was really fun. It'd be really cool to just read more, like, basically more of your guys' fan fiction on stream, to be honest. I would like to do more story streams. Oh, hang on. I don't have audio. Whoops. So yeah, if you're just tuning in, we read 4 stories. If you want to go back and hear them, the poll will be running long enough where you can actually go do that and go read them. We're gonna cut the poll off at 5:30. So it's 5 o'clock exactly right now. So 30 minutes. We have 30 minutes. But yeah. Now, I think it'd be kind of fun to go through and play the demo again, honestly. It's the 1-year anniversary of the demo leaking. I think let's play the demo. I haven't touched the demo in so long. I still have it though. I never deleted it, so here's the demo. Great demo. Do I want to give my opinion at all on which one was your favorite? Absolutely not. No, I'm just a neutral party. I don't want to influence anyone's vote. That's just not, that's not in the spirit of the giveaway. So it's completely up to you. You guys are choosing the winner of the giveaway, who will win the controller. I'm wondering if the new Raven wallpaper is a hint. Aerodel, thank you for the $2 super chat. Aerodel, do you know that we have a channel membership? I really appreciate the super chats, but you could also be a channel member if you, I mean, for $1.99, you know? Because then you get a cool badge, you know, if you wanted to stick around. Plus, we have a channel members chat specifically just for channel members in the Discord too. So you get some exclusive, you get some input on what I do, basically. So now we're going to play the demo. Let's give the demo a good playthrough. Let's see. It actually saved all my settings, which is cool. Because as you can see, I have hint and show tutorial off. I have show records, auto loot items, short ponytail. I don't think I ever changed any of this stuff. Oh, wow. Back then I was playing with the sound at 100%. Crazy. Of course, that's not how I play anymore. I play like this. I like to put the voices down 10%, effects down 20%. I feel like the effects are really loud in this game. And then music at 100. Controller speaker off. Balanced. Korean. Do I play with medium subtitles or large subtitles? I can't remember. Aerodel, thank you for joining the channel membership. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Dynamic, large, HUD background off. Yeah, on Discord, please DM me and I will add you to the channel members role. That way you can be in the channel members exclusive chat. Thank you, I really appreciate that. As a small streamer, it means a lot. Okay. I can press continue? Wait, why do I have a continue? Oh, on the Discord, just DM me. Just please send me a message, that way I can add you to the channel members role. I should appear at the very top of the list on Discord, and I believe I'm online right now. So, or let me try this, I'll just try to find your username. If you're online on Discord, I can quickly throw you into the channel members role. Because that is where I ask for feedback and I let you guys kind of influence what we do sometimes. It just depends. And for anyone just tuning in, we read the stories earlier. Oh, there you are. Okay, cool. It's with an E. Hang on. I don't know. Wait, are you in the Discord server? If you're not... Oh, wait, hold on. There we go. There we go. I found it. Sorry, hang tight. We are going to play the game very soon. I got your friend request. Anyway, I don't see you in the server. I'll have to figure this out later. By the way, you make the ash symbol by holding Alt and pressing 1, 4, and 6 on the number pad. The ash symbol? Okay. Thank you for the link to the Discord, Haldur. Oh, you know, we don't have double jump. There's no double jump in the demo, that's right, because this is just 807. But what was I doing here? Why did I, why was I here? I don't know. This must have just been like a regular playthrough. It's been a long time since we played this. In fact... Let me see. Does it say... Does it have a date? On the, Okay, never mind. I don't know when we last booted up the demo, but it definitely... I haven't booted it up since the full game came out. Hello, Daniel Yang. Thank you for tuning in. For anyone just tuning in, we read the stories earlier. If you wanted to go back and hear them or read them quickly so you can vote, you can go back to 24 minutes into the stream, and I have all of the stories numbered. So you can just also, if you scrub through, you can see all the stories that way. In the top left, there's a number, and that's what we're voting on. You know, I can't... Does all this stuff look the same? It probably does. Has this always been white? Has the SP initializer always been this color? We're playing the demo right now. I just thought it'd be fun to play through the demo because, you know, it's been so long. In fact, it'll be kind of hyped to just watch the gameplay trailer that plays after you beat Abaddon. Let's watch that. We can skip cutscenes in the demo. Nice. Oh my gosh, I just realized something. Look at how big my HUD is. It's comically large. Let me fix that immediately. Holy hell, that's kind of just like... That's hard to look at. There we go. Yeah, I remember back during the demo, I liked the big HUD because I was playing on a much... Like, I was playing on my TV. But now I play on a, you know, a monitor right in front of me, so it's much easier to see. So I just want to see the cool gameplay trailer. Now seeing all the stories, you have a story in your head about a black merchant member and Raven. Can we still download the demo? Yes, you should be able to. Definitely. I don't know why you wouldn't be able to. Alright, so if you haven't seen this, it's really sick. It cuts to a cool gameplay trailer. That's Eidos 9. Wasteland, Desert, Desert Stalker. They show a lot of outfits too. And that's the English dub we're hearing. That's Juggernaut, Spire. Altess. That's Abyss. Matrix. Back to Spire. You know what's so hype too? It's so hype how they used Stalker's music for this. Eidos 9 again.
Oh my goodness.
The Atelier. I haven't watched this since a year ago. Wow, it's so weird just seeing, like, walking through Altess. You know what's hype too? That's a New Game Plus ability, and they were showing that in the trailer. Interestingly though, if you look at the rush, the icon's different. Some of the icons are just different too. Like Shield Breaker is a different thing. All the icons were different there, so that's pretty interesting. They did kind of mix up. They did mix up the icons, but just a little bit. April 26th, 2024, never forget. If you have... So I have to buy the Japanese version. Does it also come with the English/Korean dub? Yes, so if you buy the Japanese disc copy, it comes with all of the dubs. Oh, look at this. I forgot they also give you a little splash screen here where it shows you like, hey, go to the store. That's cool. Then, of course, the first time you beat the demo, you unlock Boss Challenge. And there was like no loading in the demo. You could continue, so like if you start the demo and then stop in the middle of 807, you can continue and go back to it, but as soon as you kill Abaddon, it will restart the demo. And the way Boss Challenge worked in the demo was, it wasn't a whole menu, it was just Stalker, and you had, 3 outfits, and I just realized something. I just realized the drone isn't even in his default costume. The drone is wearing like a yellow something. Yeah, it's wearing a little yellow... I never noticed that. But yeah, in the demo you had Racer's High, default suit, Planet Diving second, and Wasteland Adventure. This was my favorite one. And they gave you a bunch of gears too. Not a ton, but like a good amount to mess around with. And I remember my favorite way to mess around was just like, I would usually put on the speed gears. Like I would put on the speed gears. By the way, what's interesting is that the demo combat does feel different. In a few ways. Like number one, if you didn't know this, you can mash, I'll show you once we're fighting Stalker, but like, you can mash the trigger and you can shoot really fast in the demo. It's like so weird. And it still works in 1.000 if you're playing on disc. But they gave you these 3 extra spines. I always use the chain type. That's the only thing I used because the other two, are defensive. And you do have glasses as an option. So, you can use glasses. Cybernetic Tooth, you have 1 earring option. No customization on the drone in the demo. And what's so cool too is that back during the demo, you can look at all this stuff. You can look at all these items and read all the flavor text. There was so much to read. It's great. As well as most of the skill tree. There's no Taki mode or burst shown on the skill tree, but yeah, as you can see, as well as none of the burst abilities are unlocked. And it doesn't even show you like how they... I mean, it shows you a little bit, like it shows you that this one consumes 3 bursts, but back then it was actually fun speculating, like, ooh, I wonder what the next skill trees are going to be. Yeah, we also don't have the default hair. This is not the default hair. This is the... I forget what it's called. But, we do have a different hairstyle on. And you can't change it. In Boss Challenge, it's only this hairstyle. You cannot go to default. But, yeah, it was really like... This was the moment I was like, holy shit, this game is sick. Not only is there incredible Nier Automata music, like Studio Monica music, but we also have, like, rock music and stuff. This is dope. The way they sync up the music, too, with Stalker's entrance is really cool. I love this track so much. Oh, whoops. So, check this out. Let me show you something. Look at how fast you can shoot. You can just mash the trigger. Just mash the hell out of it. That is not a thing anymore. Only in version 1.000. Yeah, in the demo and 1.000, you can mash your slug, which is pretty cool. It's funny, I remember this was so hard. During the demo, this was legitimately hard for me. One of my first gameplay videos, I showed off the laser cell, and I'm so glad that it came out into the, it came out in the thumbnail and everything. It was so cool. Man, what a time to be alive. This game is so good. I think I'm going to play through the demo as well. Like the actual story part of it. Whoops. There are also other little changes to how the combat feels, but like it's very minor. Because in this demo version, you still have broken combos. And I'll show you what I mean by broken combos. Wow, we haven't played this game in so long. Oh yeah, Haldur, no, I fixed it. It does show the D-pad now, it's awesome. So in this version of the game, you do have broken combos, and I made a short about this. But let's go back in the boss challenge and show them, because it is interesting. Like, for example, what was an example of one that I would do? Like right there, that's a broken combo. That's not a combo in the game. And you just do it by pressing buttons at the same time. So anytime that you would go from triangle to square, you can press triangle and square, and then you get a weird combo. Well, that's just Onslaught 4. I guess this is the easiest one to show on. Hang on. Like, see, that doesn't make any sense. That was like ending in Onslaught, or that was like ending in Incursion 1, coming out of Incursion 2. So, but there's lots of different branches. Lots of different branches. Especially with, like, you can get really weird with the inputs. But anyway, they patched that because it was broken, but they did fix it, and so the combos work as intended in the full game. However, there was like some weird cool stuff you could do, like just because it's unusual. But I'm sure that they just patched it because it's not what they had intended for the combat system. And so having like the weird inputs, like people probably maybe made mistakes with their inputs and then thought, oh, what's that combo? Why that shouldn't be happening because it's not in the combo list. But yeah, that's those are the broken combos, which is patched. It still works in the demo and it works in 1.000. But yeah. So branching combos got patched instantly. Did not last at all. The faster rate of fire is cool though. I kind of wish that was still in the game. Although it does still work in the full release, even in the current patch, but only the first moment you get your gun from Lily. In that moment when you're doing like the target practice, you can still mash the trigger and shoot really fast with Slug. But that's the only time in the whole game. Otherwise it doesn't work anymore. I think it would have been kind of cool if they still kept that, but not necessary. It could also create problems with the gear that buff a certain level of combo. True, I didn't even think about that, Haldur, yeah. So, I mean, it's good that they fixed the game and they made it how they intended, but yeah, it doesn't bother me because, like, those combos are so, you know, whatever, anyway. Just hold back your PS5 controller, nice. I think let's run through the demo real quick. Let's run through the demo. They gave you story mode in the demo, I forgot about that. But here's normal. Let's just do a little playthrough. It's the 1-year anniversary of the demo being leaked, so it's fun to revisit this.
최종 브리핑 전달합니다. 현 시간부로 제7 강화 부대는 제3지구를 점령 중인 알파 네이티브들을 섬멸하고 엘더 네이티브를 포획 또는 제거하는 것을 목표로 강화합니다. 드랍포드 전기 대기로.
디텍트라인 임계점까지 1분. 임계점 업그레이드 전개합니다. 코드 레드, 코드 레드. 인스리트 프로토콜에 의거 드랍보드 전기 현재 위치에서 탈출됩니다.
And then we get this track. One of the most magical songs in the game.
07531 포드 랜딩 완료. 피지컬 실드 제거. 해치 오픈.
지금 어서 제발.
이분, 괜찮아? 여긴 위험해. 어서 내 손을 잡아.
Alrighty.
합류 지점.
And we're in the demo. Now,
난 이쪽을 처리할게.
I played through this demo the first time, not even thinking about like recording it. So my initial playthrough, I didn't record because I was like, I'm just playing a demo, you know? I didn't even think about it as, oh, hold on, what the hell? I just forgot that I am, my preset, I have my hit counter, but we don't really need the hit counter. We don't need that right now. Let me switch out of this profile real quick. There we go. And by the way, there's only 7 minutes left. I said I would cut it off at 5:30. So there's 7 minutes left on the voting for the stories. So again, if you, I mean, it's not that much time left, but if you only heard like the last story or the last two stories, we started reading the stories at exactly 24 minutes. And you know, I read them kind of slowly, but you can quickly read them if you want. They're not long. They're about 1,000 words each. If you wanted to see the rest of the stories, you can go back to 24 minutes, look at story 1, look at story 2, 3, 4, whatever, and then come back and vote. Because, yeah, that is ending soon. Or maybe I'll just wait until I finish the demo. Because it's not like the demo is very long.
전투 감각은 여전하고. 좋아. 다음 좌표는?
합류 지점은 여기서 2시 방향 400m 전방.
And I think that in my very first playthrough, I'm pretty sure I died to Brute. Pretty sure he killed me. In fact, I'm certain he did.
위험했어.
You like to challenge yourself with a no-hit. I like to challenge myself doing a 100% speedrun, even getting the cans and sticks in New Game Plus. That's crazy. That's a long playthrough. I'm gonna be working on a walkthrough where I collect all the cans and stuff. Is his design different? No, he always looked like that, right? Why does his shoulder look a little bit weird to me? I haven't played this game in so long. It's been a few weeks, you know. We did two weeks of Liza P, and then, you know, we did Ninja Gaiden all day yesterday. So, but you know, I'm looking at stuff that I don't normally pay so much attention to. Why does his right shoulder look different to me? The beholder, I mean.
괜찮아 이거? 바디 프레임이 이거 봐라. 응급처치겠지만.
And if you didn't know, if you're just tuning in, this is the 1-year anniversary of this demo getting leaked.
놈들이 더 있어.
It does look weird. It is different. Wait, so it's not just me? Wait, I'm not crazy? It is different, right? It looks like more empty. That's gonna drive me crazy, dude. I gotta go back and look at that. Hold on, I gotta see what this thing's... what his arm looks like. How could I find that real quick? I'm gonna go to my own playthroughs. When's the last time I did a Stellar Blade playthrough? Not that long ago. There we go. Okay. Beholder. No, it's the same. It's the same. I'm looking at the beholder right now. Yeah, it's the same. I'm tripping. It looks different. Wait, in the description? Oh, this beholder does look different. What the heck? But in the opening, like I just looked at a playthrough I did, you know, recently. Its shoulder does look like that. It could just be that I haven't played in so long. I've honestly forgotten. It's always looked kind of like that.
놈들이 더 몰려오기 전에 어서 벗어나자. 시야 확.
But yeah, in the description it does look different. They made his shoulder less kind of open.
쪽이야. 가든너의 유격을 조심해.
I am on the correct profile. Nice.
멈추지 말고 달려.
Mandela effect? Something like that. Maybe it is a Mandela effect.
위험했어.
Maybe it is.
상황이 안 좋아. 어서 가자. 설마 알파 네이티브? 합류한다.
You know, in retrospect, this is such a perfect demo. Because the opening is like a hook. It's like a hook opening. It's like, oh, what the hell? What's going on in the story?
세상에.
They give you a good taste of the gameplay with the boss challenge. Because you can have, like, you have more abilities and stuff. And it's so, it makes sense to start Eve off with, like, nothing.
스쿼드 생존 시그널.
Because if you start her off with everything, you might overwhelm some people. Some players might be like, ah, forget it. But you know, you just slowly unlock her abilities and all that, so it's good. It's a good progression.
이브, 정신 차려. 내 말 잘 들어. 아직 임무는 끝나지 않았어. 이제 너와 나 둘이서 임무를 완수해야만 해. 알겠어?
By the way, they did update like performance and stuff as well. When we did our 1.000 playthrough, like I don't remember when. I think it was in October, November at some point. We did it towards the end of last year. I definitely noticed there was worse performance in some sections. And that was patched with just like the day one patch, which came out, you know, 1.001.
이브, 준비됐지?
But on the demo, I'm not sure. You know, you don't see too much of the game in the demo. Early. And like, of course, they gave us a moment like this. Like, that's hype. Game already looks sick. And then we get a Sekiro moment. And not only Sekiro, but like,
알파는 아니었지.
quite a few games like this.
강력한 놈이었어.
Something like this happens.
잘 싸웠어. 모의 훈련보다 훨씬.
그땐 모두 함께였는데.
바디 프레임에 문제가 심각해 보여.
The first boss finisher with no QTE. You also like to challenge yourself with finishing bosses with the retribution to make it look more flashy. Gotta make it flashy. Hi Cutesy, thank you for tuning in.
뭔가가 있어. 히브.
You just check the enemy description and Starbury looks different. Sorry for spreading misinformation. All good, life is overrated. All good. By the way, you know what's crazy? I'm surprised I didn't lose my voice after yesterday. Like, we streamed for 14 hours yesterday, and I feel fine. I mean, I was tired, whatever, blah, 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 but, like, I feel fine.
알파 네이티브.
I still wish we could get... I would love a figurine of this, of unidentified Natiba. It'd be the perfect figurine. It'd be so sick. And I'm saying that my favorite boss is Belial, but I think this would be like the best boss figurine they could do.
이 상대는 나야.
It'd be nice if in the next game we had longer companion section to play with. Yeah, as long as it doesn't slow you down, that'd be cool.
도망쳐. 히브.
And the first time I played this demo, I really thought that was the end of the demo. I was like, I saw the splash screen, I was like, oh, it's over. That's the demo. Wow. I mean, that was cool. Damn, I wish it was longer though. Oh well. I guess I can listen to the music over and over, and then it fades to black. And it continues, and it's like, wow, there's more? I felt like it was such a gift. It's like, I was like, I get to play more, because the demo isn't very big. In fact, the full game isn't very large either. As far as like compression-wise, it's very well optimized. There's a lot more blood than in the full game. Really? It's crazy though. I mean, like, you know, we play new games and there's lots of blood and whatever, but none of them feel as gory as like old games. Like if you go back and play like the original God of Wars, you know, Ninja Gaiden 2, we played all of yesterday for 14 hours. That game was awesome, and the gore is crazy. The blood is like out of control. I know, right? I thought the boss was it. Then, you're in a ship heading to a city, you were stoked. I was equally stoked. And then it hits you with the music. It hits you with the Eidos 7 music. It's like one of the best tracks in the entire game. And it's like, wow. Are you kidding me? This is a real game that's coming out, like, you know? Because, at least for me, I've been so lukewarm about games for so long. Ever since, like, I don't know. For, like, over a decade, I've just been very underwhelmed by video games. The only things I really get hyped about are like, you know, any Resident Evil remake, but like, but generally, you know, I'm just so uninterested. I'm generally so uninterested. And then I played this and I was like, wow, I want to play this game. You know, I hadn't felt that in years and so long. Like a new game that really just like blew my mind. Raven somehow outsped Taki, who's famous for her speed. And it could be because I'm just like overanalyzing right now. But like the way I don't know if they tuned it down. But I feel like you can feel the raindrops so well here in the demo. So that made an impression on me immediately as well. Just so many raindrops. I love it. I love the DualSense. By the way, andro Eidos in Greek, meaning man form or man-like, combines the Greek word andro, meaning man, male, masculine, and Eidos, meaning form, appearance, kind. Ah, fun fact. Silent Street, that's where we're at right now. Look at that. This would be a great wallpaper. You know what this would be really good for? Ooh, I hope they do this. So, since the game's coming out on PC in a few months, and there will be a Steam version, this would be a perfect Steam profile background, right? Silent Street, just Silent Street. That'd be nice. I would love that. And I'm the type of person who I never, ever craft anything on Steam. Anytime I get like trading cards on Steam, I sell them, and just like it adds up to a few bucks, and then I just buy like whatever. But I would collect the badges for this game. If that means like I could get a cool wallpaper. Ouch. That was like the most intended use of Incursion 1. And it missed one. It missed a guy. You know what was really cool too, and I forgot about this. Can I jump on the bus? I can. So, you know what was really cool about the demo the very first time playing it is just like, you know, you realize that like, oh wow, there's a good amount of stuff to explore. You know, if you just look around a tiny bit, there's some hidden stuff. And I did a walkthrough back then of the demo. And, you know, what we are working on currently is a full game walkthrough. Of course, we're playing through the demo at the moment, but broadly speaking, I am working on a full game walkthrough. And it's cool the way they set this up because it's like the camera points up at the building, and then it's like if you're looking up, you would see this. And then it's like, you know, okay, I guess I'll climb up here. And then it's like, oh wow, there's a body. You know, dialogue, text, all this stuff. Only death remains in the city. Humans who've lost all hope have locked themselves up and are waiting for death to take them. I think some areas of the orbit elevator are still functional. Let's use that to head out into space. Yes. Look at the foreshadowing. Let's use the orbit elevator to head out into space. The end of the game, it's telling you about it right here. In the first few minutes. You know? You can rest. This does get some health back. Doesn't fully heal you, but... It doesn't fully heal you. But you get some health back. And then we find our little... This guy's kind of like a digger. He's basically digger, but... And the way they just pop makes me feel kind of bad, but... There's a tumbler upgrade. And then you might think, oh, can I just cross through here? I want to say I did that my first playthrough, but I can't remember exactly, to be honest. But you know, there's some swimming, so it lets you know, like, hey, there could be stuff in the water. Eidos 7 is so nice too because like it's so open. They're able to be kind of creative with their enemy placements compared to like Matrix, which is a bit more linear. in comparison. Wow, that was so fast. Wait, is this not... Why does this feel different? This feels different than in the full game. I feel like I'm able to cancel out so much earlier out of my square attack. Like, look at how I can do it. I don't know if that's different. Maybe it is different. But like, as I'm still just pulling out my sword, bam. Like, typically you can cancel out of any startup frames, but that feels a little bit different for some reason. And it could be different. It could very well be different. However, I haven't played this game in a few weeks, so I've definitely forgotten some stuff. You know what's impressive? That both Eve and 2B can fight in high heels. It's crazy impressive. I probably couldn't even walk a mile in high heels. I would just collapse. You studied Greek in college? The O is actually theta, the T or TH. You used a lot of Incursion 1 the first time playing? Let's see, how much, Okay, it looks like we've only gotten 12 votes on the stories. I don't think anyone's really gonna go back. I think let's just end the poll. I don't expect anyone to go back and read the stories. Unless you were here for it live. I think that's it. So, let's go ahead and just do this. We have a tie, though. What do I do about this tie? Well, I did say in the giveaway instructions that should there be a tie, I would be the tiebreaker. However, it actually doesn't matter because there's a clear winner. There is a clear winner, so I'm just going to end the poll here because it's past 5:30. I thought I'd go wait until the end of the demo, but eh. If you're just tuning in now, you wouldn't even know about the giveaway. Alright, so congratulations to story number 3 with 41%. Story number 1 and 4 tied for 25%. Story number 2, 8%. But number 3 actually was Haldur, our boy Haldur. Right? Let me just double check. Should be the third story. Yes, it was. 1, 2, 3. So I'll be reaching out to everybody, so thank you guys for participating. The story writers were Haldur, Wake, Agetoki, and Tazell. Those are our 4 stories. So we're going to be dishing out, you know, over $100 in prizes to you guys. I'm so glad you participated. That was really fun reading your stories. And, you know, of course, if you want to be a part of future community events and giveaways, because I'd love to give back, join the Discord. It's free to join. Okay. Channel members. By the way, Aerodel, I did add you to the members role, so you have that access now. Okay. So, congrats again, Haldur. Now, Wake did mention to me that if he wins, he'd like to pass on the prize to the next person. So in a way, everybody is winning. In a way, everyone is winning. 142, winner. But yeah, Haldur, I'll have to connect with you. You're the only person outside of the US, but we'll find a way to get you a controller. I think that the easiest way is probably just through Amazon, I would think. Because then we can just, like, do it that way. Because it doesn't really make sense for me to buy a controller here in the US and then ship it. That would cost more than the controller. So I gotta find a German website that I can order from. And then I'll just give you the payment information so that you can just, you know, figure that out. But I'll be paying for the controller and shipping and everything. And then everybody else will be getting a gift card. But I will have to reach out to you guys to ask you if you want a Steam gift card or a PS5, like a PSN gift card. You know, you can just let me know. Either way, it doesn't matter. I can get either of them easily. especially because you're all in the US, so like it's very easy for me. Man, we're not playing Ninja Gaiden anymore. Holy hell. It's crazy going from a game with arcade combat to a game like this, where it's methodical again. But all it takes is, you know, within like a playthrough, like in 1 or 2 playthroughs, I'll be pretty much back to normal, I'd say. Oh yeah, I don't have my gun. Oh, another cool thing about the demo. If you go this way, there's actually a tiny bit more stuff to explore. You can come over here. And it does say some stuff on the side of this statue as well. But you can continue climbing up. And it's interesting how they did not put a chest or anything up here. They just put Vit coins. So as you can see, that's your reward. Just Vit coins. 2 Vit coins, which, you know, is good. Like early on, it's good because you can buy cool stuff from Kaya. Hello, Angelo. Thank you for tuning in. What was my favorite story? I liked all the stories, but as far as like the writing, I think my favorite was probably... I like the way yours was written, Agetoki. Because it felt like just a novel. Wake went for a... By the way, story number 1 was Wake. Story number 2 was Agetoki. Story number 3 was Haldur. Story number 4 was Tazell. The novel kind of writing I enjoyed. But then I also really liked... Tazell did like a journal kind of entry, which was cool. Because they were all broken into chapters. I would say Tazell stuck to the prompt the most. You know, he had tackled a few problems. So I appreciate that. But, you know, I didn't vote for any of the stories. It was all up to the viewer. And then I really enjoyed that we got all 3 pairings. So that was awesome. I liked something about everyone's story, but yeah. They were all a little different, which is cool. We got good variety. I wonder what kind of variety we would have gotten if we got, like, you know, a bunch of people. And then we have this chest, which is impossible to open in the demo, which drove me crazy. But yeah, there's nothing you can do about it. In fact, I wonder if the Abaddon skip works over here. Let me check something. Well, I don't even remember how to do this. This is a speedrun skip that's long been patched. This is probably not going to be... This is going to be very hard to do because I don't have double jump. This is possible to do with a single jump. It's just much harder. Let me see if I can get up, though. If you attack, like, the corner right here... Right, not... I'm trying to go more to the right a little bit. Like, right here. There's a platform you can land on, right there. Hold on, I know you can still get up here. Can't you just get up from this? Or am I wrong? Am I remembering wrong? Oh, maybe I need a... maybe I can do this with aerial blow. But yeah. Let's try it with aerial blow. Actually, I don't care. It doesn't matter. It's so irrelevant. It's a defunct. It doesn't work anymore. It's an archaic skip. It's an archaic skip that's been patched. But it's all in the Speedrun Tech compendium, by the way. Hello, Super 007. Thank you for tuning in. That area is still in the base game to this day. Oh yeah, the with the Bitcoin. Yeah, it is. Story 4 was your favorite. Love all the stuff he incorporated. I liked all the stories, but there was a clear favorite, which is story number 3. I think that if we had a bunch of stories, I think what I would have done instead, we only had 4, so it was pretty easy to read, but like, if it was a bunch of stories, I think the way we would do it is I'd probably do like an offline format where I read all the stories, again, anonymously, where you don't know who wrote the story, and then, you know, it would just be a video. That way anyone in their own pace can like listen to all the stories and then vote that way. since it was only 4, I felt like just doing a live poll is very appropriate. Totally appropriate, very acceptable. Isn't it interesting how this is a chain reaction? Like, the chain reaction of barrels is consistent every time. If one of those blows up, they all blow up. You know, this is an area of the game I haven't been here since, like, we did our casual playthrough, you know, months and months ago. But there is some stuff over here to collect. As well as another enemy. And even if you're right in front of him, it takes a while for him to get up. And this is where the game teaches you about body cores and beta cores, which is cool. Happy birthday, Super 007. Thank you for tuning in. Again. Hope you have a good birthday weekend. If you want to share how old you're turning, let us know. Long live Daniel Craig. Alright, and then over here, it's interesting because you can go left if you want. There aren't too many sections in the game where there's actually branching paths like this. But you can go left, you know, you can climb up this way and get some more stuff. Haven't been up here in so long again. Did I 100% the story in English? Oh no, I've only played through the game in English one time, and we did it on stream. I just did like a normal playthrough. I didn't go to Eidos 9. Or wait, did I? No, I did go to Eidos 9. But I didn't do 100% everything, no. No. Did not do that. I'm good off that. You're 19 now? Damn. You know, it's crazy because, like, my YouTube analytics show that, like... I mean, I guess we've picked up more people, but it used to be... There were 0 people. 13 to 18, 0. And then most of my demographic was 25 to 34, which is me. I'm 30. And then we had a good chunk of people 36 to 44, I believe. 36 to 45, something like that. And then some people, you know, 50s and 60s, but not as many. But it's interesting that we have a little bit of a younger... We have some younger folks as well. You must be a fetus, you're only 15? That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, if you're still in school, I would say that's very young. Another area you can explore is up here. Dude, what was I even doing in 15? When I was 15 years old, I was just obsessed with StarCraft. Pretty much all I did. Every single night, I was watching StarCraft 2 tournaments. I was playing every day. I was just absorbing. I was watching Running Man every day. I missed the poll. You're in college? You're 30? Kids these days. Yeah, I'm 30 years old. Kids these days. I'll be 31 in May. But yeah, I'm very grateful for the childhood I had. I feel like being born in like early 90s, 94, you got to experience the whole Pokemon explosion. You got to just do a lot of stuff. Oh, hang on a sec. There's hold on, let's do something. I forgot, there's like a cool way to get across. Forgot about this. When my birthday is May 31. Actually, last year you guys were really sweet. Somehow everybody remembered my birthday, even though I think I only mentioned it like once, randomly on stream because someone asked me. And I got a bunch of happy birthdays out of nowhere. Like, I wasn't celebrating my birthday. You know, I don't like mention when it's my birthday. But I got a bunch of happy birthday messages on stream because it was a stream day. And that was cool. Because I'm not used to that. Let's see. Oh yeah, 807, you also have doors that you can unlock. it's so refreshing. It's like, goodness, 807 is so good. I love 807. There's no doors like that in Matrix or Spire for that matter. Eidos is so unique in that sense. There's like a little bit of backtracking. There's some reasons to come back to 807 as well. There's some side quests. As like there's a couple for Matrix, but it's not the same. It's not the same in my opinion. The Matrix quests that have you go back are just like a quick fetch, you know, basic, you know, quest. Here it's like, okay, go drain the water, and then there's a whole new area, you know? It's cool. Born in 85, nice. So millennial generation as well, but just like, you know, the first half of millennial gen. Oh, I don't have blink. Actually, I believe that guy has iframes. Here's another body. The game like just constantly rewards you for exploring. You get some lore, you get a chest with some items, blah blah blah. Alright, let's continue. Let's continue the demo. For anyone just tuning in, we read the stories earlier, we picked the winners earlier, and we're just playing through the demo because this is the 1 year anniversary, basically. Tomorrow is, but it's essentially the 1 year anniversary of the demo leaking on PSN, which is how I got started on YouTube.
아담, 이건 뭐지?
이런 것도 몰라? 지도잖아.
지도? 그럼
Oh, by the way, Haldur,
기한은 어떻게 하는 거지?
let me, I'll have to bug you really soon because I'd like to sort your prize out before you go to bed. Because I know it's getting late there in Germany.
오호, 도서관 건물이었나 본데.
벽에
But I gotta figure out how to get this controller to you.
맞아. 1메가바이트도 안 되는 데이터들이
You're so bad at readjusting to games. I go like 3 days without playing your PS5 and can barely parry on Stellar Blade. I'm the same way. I'm the same way. It's easy to forget. There's always a readjustment period. Always. And it's tough if you're going between games that are similar. Like if you're playing this and Sekiro at the same time, that's hard. If you're playing this and Lies of P at the same time, that's rough.
주차 타워를
I think it's definitely, I recommend finishing a game and then going back to the other game. At least in most games, parry is L1, typically, so that's always good. Like, we're playing Rebirth at the moment for channel members, and in that game, there's parries, but they're, you know, they're more generous than, like, these kinds of games. And you know, it's just on L1, so it's very easy to jump back into. It's a little bit trickier, I feel like, when you're jumping between a game where you attack with square and triangle, compared to a game like a Souls game where you attack with R1 and R2. Can one of the winners get a Stadia gift card? No. Stadia isn't even a thing anymore? Yeah, I think it was just a joke. We got a body core over here. Isn't the Stadia... Doesn't that thing have a good controller, though, I want to say? I believe it's like an Xbox controller. I might be thinking of something else, but... I'm not familiar with those miscellaneous things. Gonna head out now. Thank you guys so much. Take care, Super 007. Have a good weekend. Also, the pacing in 807, like, they give you so many cutscenes, so much story.
레퓨즈 캠프? 그게
It's probably the most story-rich
앞서 지구에 도착했던
section of the game, probably. I mean, Matrix and Spire, there's a lot too, but, like, I don't know, it feels like in 807, something about it.
어째서 이런 구석에 캠프?
Such a great area. I think I should probably take more time off Stellar Blade so you can 100% DMC5. Yeah, if you're playing a game like that too, definitely just commit to it.
엄청 위험한 곳이라는 걸지도 모르지.
어쨌든 이렇게 도움받을 공간이 있다는 건 다행이야.
And this is our nice big camp here where we have a repair console and everything. I remember being so excited about this. I was like, oh cool, what's this? I was like, wow, I can upgrade stuff? Weapon core, hell yeah. And it's like, oh look, gear socket, we picked up some of those earlier. We got omnibus. Oh look, tumbler enhancement, we picked up one of those earlier from a robot. So the demo gives you a really good taste of what's to come. This is also it's a forced research. So even in the demo, it's forced. You can't, once you enter the shop, the skill shop, you can't like back out of it. You can still quit out of it though. But if you open up the skill settings, you do have to research. Blink. Even the crates have stuff in them. This one didn't have anything. That almost always has stuff inside of it. Maybe they changed the ratios of like how often things drop in the demo compared to the full game, but that generally always has something inside of it. Wow. But not here. And then we have Abaddon. So cool. Another cool cutscene, really cinematic. It introduces the boss in such a cool way. You just noticed that you had 69% of the trophies on DMC5? Well, you gotta finish that. That's a game I gotta play through someday. I'll get the patience one day to play it. Just to get through the V sections. You know what? I'm not doing a good representation of what the game is like the first time you play it. Hang on, I want him to do his lightning. Let's try to see some lightning, because the first time you fight Abaddon, just going in blind, you're like, oh hell, what's happening? He like summons lightning, it's awesome. Let's see if he can do it again. Wake, what's up, man? So we did our poll earlier. Your story was tied for second with Tazell. We had 4 stories. Here we go. Lightning. Isn't this sick? So cool. Literally the only boss with, you know, elemental attacks like this. Let's watch the outro trailer again. It's so interesting how the icons in the bottom right are different. Like, all of them. They're all different.
Different. Yes, this is no longer the drone you knew. Adam, are you listening to me?
Something serious seems to have happened. I have to return to Zion.
Oh my goodness. It's full of plants and little birds.
Damn, dude, I'm getting hyped for the PC version now. I'm getting so hyped that it's like the game's coming out again. What an awesome splash screen, too. Oh, goodness, I love this game. Coming out April 24th, 2024. But no, it's coming out sometime in June, PC version. So I know all the statues that you can hit to give you gold. There's two of them, right? Lion statue and the statue of the sleeping hermaphroditus, which is a real-life statue. Yeah, we've touched on them. Haldur, I'm gonna message you. I'm gonna message you. Okay. And then for the other winners, so it's a choice between a Steam gift card or a PSN gift card. I'll hit you guys all up. I'm gonna DM everybody on Discord. I'm gonna DM everybody. Let's do boss challenge one more time. How else did I like to play? I mean, I always use chain type, but like sometimes I'd mix it up. I would use like, I don't know. There's no burst stuff in here, right? Oh yeah, there's no burst energy. Yeah, so it was literally just the speed gears. That's all I would do. I mean, I think I also messed around with shield destruction because I was testing like the gun and how that works. But yeah, speed gears though. That was one of my first videos, was just using the both speed gears, you know. I always liked taking off the earrings as well. I don't really like those earrings. Oh, German Amazon does not have in stock? Okay, we'll find another website. I don't know, I'm sure there's a local website to you. We'll find a way to order it. There's got to be someone. I missed. I remember being really excited about the clashes too, like having to mash square. I love QTEs in games. So it's cool that we had that. Not every boss does it either. Oh, you know what else is cool? Like the fire hydrant right there can break, and then there's just water everywhere. And it can even block your vision. So the environment's semi-destructible. I'm sure you guys remember your first time killing Stalker too. You know, the very first time you kill this boss, I feel like it's a nice accomplishment. Which is funny because it ended up being like, you know, you had so much opportunity to practice on Stalker that it just became like everyone's jobber boss, in my opinion. If you played the demo. You don't like most of the earring designs in this game? There's a few I like. But I can generally do without them. But you also know that if you fail at QTEs, this is what happens. Even in the demo. Same things in the full game. It just gets... Stalker gets a little bit of health back. They gave him really bright red blood, which I appreciate. That's just gorgeous. And then I remember like trying to run over here as quickly as I could just to see any more of the map. Like just like, what can I see? What can I see? And then bam, it throws you, like it puts this message on screen so you can only go so far. So that's the demo. Oh boy. Anyway, dude, I have realized I'm really tired. If you weren't here yesterday, we streamed for 14 hours yesterday. And kind of tragically, the VOD got cut off because as I know now I know, but YouTube has 12-hour limits on live VODs. So if you're going to stream for more than 12 hours, you got to break up the VODs somehow. Which is simple enough. You just end your stream and then start over again. That way you have a separate new VOD. But yeah, I kind of want to finish Ninja Gaiden again. I want to beat the game again. I'll just start from the chapter that we left off on. Because to be completely honest, until I finish that, until I wrap up my Ninja Gaiden 2, you know, arc, I don't want to get back into playing Stellar Blade. I don't want to. I did because, you know, today was the day that we were doing the giveaway, so I felt like I had to play some Stellar Blade. But yeah, just revisiting the demo, checking that out again, that was cool. That was really fun. Really nostalgic stuff. The demo is still available, by the way. And so you can play, if like, for example, if you wanted to mess around with the broken combos, like I was talking about earlier, because there's still combos that they patched day one, they fixed the broken combos, that is still in the demo version. In the demo version, you can mash slug with your trigger finger. You can mash slug, so you can shoot really fast. And you have branching combos that don't work anymore. So you got that stuff if you wanted to play with that. The demo's available. It's free. How big is the demo anyway? I think it's more like 16 gigs, you know? Not bad. I've even got saved data on it, I think. Yep, it's synced. Okay. For the demo, I have it sync up, but normally I do it manually because, you know, from speedrunning, it's nice to have a backup. You want to end stream early for sleep? Yeah, I think I'm going to end the stream early for Stellar Blade, but then I'm going to restart again. What is this foot? Oh, this is RE7. I was like wondering, what the hell is this screenshot? These are some random screenshots I have here. This drink looks so delicious. Anyway. I think I'm gonna go back to Ninja Gaiden. So if you wanted to watch more Ninja Gaiden, I'm gonna play through the last like 4 chapters again today. I'm gonna redo it. That way it's all done live. Because it's unfortunate because I wasn't recording. Obviously, I wasn't gonna record a 14-hour stream. That's a lot of space. So I can't just like upload yesterday's end of the game. That's the plan. Anyway, we did the giveaway. Congrats to the winners again. I'll contact you guys. I'm gonna end the stream and start over. We're gonna do a new stream in a few minutes, and I'm gonna play through the rest of Ninja Gaiden. So I think starting from chapter 15. So we're gonna do like three or four chapters. I gotta check where the VOD got cut off, but yeah. Get some sleep, sir. You're no good to us if you're falling out of your chair. No, I slept. Trust me, I slept. After we ended yesterday around like 5:30 a.m. I slept immediately. So basically from like 6 a.m. until like 2, I was out. So I slept. I'm fine. But it's definitely a little tiring. So that's why I don't want to stream for too long today. Tomorrow, though, we will be streaming Saturday. I'll actually play Stellar Blade. We'll do like some actual Stellar Blade stuff. Because by then, we'll be done with Ninja Gaiden. So thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you all. We'll be right back. If you want to watch Ninja Gaiden, we'll be here with that. Ninja Gaiden 2 Black on PC. And congrats again to the winners. Peace, everybody.